If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. If you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Brentford save. There has been, an excellent run of form since the Liverpool game, but also some records have been broken. So we drew 1-1 against Liverpool, obviously beat Man City, then have gone on a fabulous run in the FA Cup, in the Champions League, and indeed the league itself. Not really once have I thought, we're not going to win this game, I need to start changing things. We've done really well. We've gone through a transfer window, which... Well, I say gone through a transfer window. We've basically gone through it by the time you last saw, but obviously deadline day came around. There were some bids for some players, and 2 players have gone, and I've replaced them with loans because I didn't really feel the need to go out and spend the money, and the players that I wanted to replace them with, far too expensive. We'll go through them in a second. Beat Wolves 3-0. Beat Blackburn 3-1. This was the best performance I have ever seen from one of my teams. It was fantastic. Sesko scored I say one of. It's not the best performance. You may have already seen it on the list. But Sesko scored a goal that would make Paulo Di Canio blush. Is it this one? I mean, it was a really good goal. It's just the finish. It was just emphatic. If you know what I'm on about, Di Canio, I think it is this one because we were scoring this way. Vlahovic sets it up as well. He gets tripped, keeps going, and then bosh. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That is a great goal. And there was another goal in there that was really good. Vlahovic got it. But couple of 2-0 wins. Their Champions League against Stuttgart, I rotated, played, not like a worse team, but I was playing players who maybe I wouldn't normally start and messing around with some positions and stuff. Beat Norwich 2-0, beat Swansea 3-0, FA Cup 5th round against Brighton 2-1. Yeah, I have, honestly, right, this was completely unprecedented. It came out of nowhere. I played a normal team. Firmino got 7 goals in the first half by himself. I mean, I say by himself. There were assists in there. They weren't fantastic goals. One of his goals to make it 10, I think the final goal that he scored was a pretty decent goal outside of the area, low driven into the bottom corner. It was a pretty decent finish. Barisic got a penalty. I tried to give it to Firmino, but it wouldn't let me. And yeah, we beat them 11-0. That set the record for most goals in a game in the Premier League. Highest win in the Premier League history. This is, and it's not just Premier League; it's top flight because we were breaking records for like 1926, and most goals from an individual for the club and indeed in the league. So 4 records broken with this win. Sheffield United, they are struggling against relegation, don't get me wrong, but they're not that bad. Last time we played them, it wasn't that long ago, we beat them 4-1, sure, and Podence got sent off. That was a massive contributing factor. We were away, fine, but that is outrageous. They had Will Hughes sent off, actually, but honestly, that sending off made it harder for us to get goals because they just stuck everyone behind the ball for like damage limitation, and we couldn't really find the space. But 10 goals for Firmino is unbelievable. But in terms of transfers, we'll just run over it quickly. I did kind of regret it at the time, but now I'm thinking, do you know what, I'm all right with it. So the players who left us were João Cancelo and Manuel Osofo. Now, João Cancelo was one of those players I didn't really want to let go, and looking back on it, for 42 million, which it doesn't rise or anything, 42 million is the amount. I do regret selling him. He didn't particularly want to go. He was not really that bothered either way, so we could have kept him. But I just saw 42 million and I thought, oh, I might as well let him go for that because he cost us 21.5 like 2 seasons ago. And I thought, yeah, good deal. Because, you know, he's a bit part player anyway. But he's sort of rotation with Kimmich, who, by the way, is injury prone. He doesn't have stamina. His fitness is awful. He keeps picking up knocks. It's really annoying. But, yeah, he went. And then Manuel Osifo went for 73 million, which was insane business. It's not all up front. I think we are due, it doesn't tell me for some reason, but we are due like an extra 30 million, I think it is. So they gave us like 40 and then we do 30 in installments after time or overtime. But yeah, Osifo, he wanted to go, to be fair. And he's a good player, but he's 22. Not that that's old, but he will improve and he will become one of the best centre-backs you could probably buy. But I didn't really think that he was worth the 73. Cost us 11.7 from Ostende. Quite early on in the game, actually. He played a good sort of 2 seasons for us. Then he became a bit part player because we brought in De Ligt. 73 million. Yes, please. And he started life well at Real Madrid as well. But Real Madrid came in and spent some huge money there. There is a chance that we will draw Real Madrid in the Champions League today because we are about to go and watch the draw for the next round. I kind of hope we avoid them because they have Onuachu, Cancelo and Osifo of our players, and they also have Mbappe. So they have a very good team and a few players that I would rather avoid playing against. In terms of players we've brought in to replace them, like I said, I've not gone out and spent money. I should have. I mean, obviously we bought Vlahovic, and I forgot to mention that the amount of money that Brozovic went for, it was 15 million in total. So I think we lost money on him. Yeah, we lost about 10 million. But yeah, it is what it is. To be fair, I don't often lose money in sales. We tend to either break even or make a lot. And that is one of the first losses that we've made. But I'm all right with it. Yeah, this is the replacement for João Cancelo. He's on loan from Barcelona. I reckon he's probably better than João Cancelo. He's been injured for a fair few games. I think he's only played twice. Yeah, he's played twice in the time he's been here. He could have played 6 times, but he's been injured for 4 of the 6 games, which is really frustrating. The other player that I brought in replacement of Osifo, who has played, I think, once, is Scalvini. He is a Milan, not youth player, really. He's 22. He should probably be at a club where he's getting regular first-team football, because I don't think he's going to improve that much above where he is right now. But he's played once. It was all right. I think he actually came on as a sub in that game as well. So he did all right when he came on, and it is what it is. Anyway, shall we get into the draw? Teams left in the competition are Dortmund, Monaco, Leipzig, Lyon, PSG, Real Madrid, and of course Chelsea. We can draw anyone. There's no restrictions anymore, if you will. Like, you can draw Chelsea, for example. Leipzig knocked out Juventus, which I'm a big fan of because Juve looked like a very good team. And Dortmund knocked Liverpool out, which I'm a big fan of as well. I think Monaco knocked someone quite big out as well. Was it Man United? No, they knocked out Man City, which is huge. And I think, yeah, Liverpool and Man City have been knocked out, that's right. And then Chelsea and us will go through. Those are the Premier League teams. Inter have gone. Wolfsburg have gone, which is a shame because we know we can beat them. Villarreal have gone. Of course, we knocked Stuttgart out. So I would like to draw Leipzig, Monaco, Dortmund, or Lyon. And I wouldn't mind Chelsea, but I wouldn't mind avoiding them at the same time. So let's get into it and see who we draw. Chelsea, I would take it. Nah, that's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, ideally I would have taken someone like one of those two, or indeed Monaco, even though Monaco are a bit of a bogey team for us. But, oh, that's a big draw. Dortmund against PSG. But we know we can beat Chelsea. So, you know, it's been done. So it's not the end of the world. Only one English team will progress, though. I wonder who it's going to be. I've just watched it. So, yeah. We play Arsenal next, so let's get into that game. This is the FA Cup game. I've made the decision to show you the FA Cup game because we don't often make it that far in domestic trophies, and I would like to win it. So even though the league is my main focus, I really want to win the FA Cup. It means a lot to me personally. So the team that we're going to use looks like this. We play Arsenal again in just a few days in the league. I will play that off camera and then we'll come back and play Man United. Liverpool played Arsenal in the league like 2 games ago. They beat them 5-1. Liverpool, that is. Liverpool beat Arsenal 5-1. They absolutely obliterated them. And I'm hoping we can kind of do the same both times. But I can't believe they still haven't fixed that with the officials walk through the team. But I'm not holding my breath. Here we go then. Our first highlight has come on the half-hour mark, and Arsenal have hit the crossbar. That's their first shot, if you can call it that. Didn't technically count as a shot, so I suppose, no, you can't. But they have hit the bar. Another corner comes in. It's cleared as far as Sesko. Oh, well, Sesko's left it. Pavard has knocked it over to Tierney. Tomiyasu brings it forward. Weigl is there as well. Tomiyasu tries to go around the outside of Barisic. There's Bernardo Silva. There's Tomiyasu again. Back to Weigl. Back to the middle. He got sent off last time he played against us, I think. Saka. Weigl. There is some space down here, but they've not gone for it. Tomiyasu on the right-hand side. Can he put a ball into the box? I'm hoping he can't. There's Bernardo Silva. Turns. Weigl. Rowe. Great challenge. And we bring it away. But they haven't really done an awful lot in terms of on paper. We've had 5 shots on target, 9 shots in total. Possessions even. Passing a little bit better for them. They've had more corners, and they've come a lot closer to scoring than we have by the looks of things. So I'm not really sure whether I should change something or not in this instance. I think I'm just going to let it run. If we concede, then obviously we're going to have to change things around somewhat. But that's a good ball to Saka. He's in on goal, rounds the keeper, and it's a goal, and Saka makes it 1-0. Now it's time to change. We have a corner. Borna Barisic, who, by the way, has the most assists in the world. Ball's cleared. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic down to Barisic on this left-hand side. Can he beat his man and put the ball in? No, he knocks it back to Rafinha. It's going to come back to the left-back. Got a bit of room. Ball comes into Firmino, and it's just over the bar. That wasn't too far away. Have made a couple of changes. Firmino is on for Sesko, and Rafinha came on for Zaniolo. But at the moment, as you can see, it's not doing an awful lot. Can we fire the boys up a little bit? Come on, we need to get back into this. Here is Kimmich. Good ball in towards Vlahovic. Knocks it back into Firmino. Referee wants to have a look at VAR, which is nothing new. The referee always looks at VAR when we score a goal. That Sheffield United game, by the way, that we won 11-0, it's been awarded. They looked at VAR for 7 of the goals. So, yeah. 27th goal for Firmino. He got 10 of them in one game. Lovely nod back across goal. The goalkeeper is at 6s and 7s. He doesn't really know what to do, which I don't blame him because it was a little bit confusing. But Kimmich's ball in is very good. Vlahovic is so far onside. Surely that wasn't what they were looking at. That's outrageous. 14 minutes left. Do you have a replay in the FA Cup? FA Cup replay obviously is a thing, but did they scrap those and now it just goes straight to penalties? Do you have extra time? I'm really not sure of the rules. Vlahovic is knackered. Magno knackered. One of them is going to need to come off here. Magno is 1 yellow card away from being sent off, which is not ideal. The only other thing I could do for Vlahovic as well is to put Rafinha up front and bring on Xherdan Shaqiri. I think I'd rather have Vlahovic up front and bring on Xherdan Shaqiri over here. I tell you why, because Vlahovic is better in the air, and I think we pose much more of a threat in the air than we do on the ground. Here is Vlahovic. Can he hold it up a little bit? He's very good at doing this. Puts the ball in. It goes all the way out to Shaqiri. Back to Joshua Kimmich, back to Godfrey. I don't like it when we do this. That is fantastic football. Should have scored. No two ways about it. I mean, he was offside, I suppose, so I'll let him off. But he could have taken a touch, but he didn't. We are into the dying embers. 5 minutes remaining. Less than that now. Barisic with the throw-in. This is not good, though, because obviously we play them in the league in a week. So it's going to be such a hard game. Rafinha knocks it back to Barisic. Here's Bellingham. Into Milinkovic-Savic. There's Barisic. There was a slight underlap there, but he didn't take it. Barisic with the ball into Rafinha, who blazes it over the bar. I am so invested in this save at the moment. We have so many yellow cards. Corner, Barisic, 3 minutes left. Corners have been really good to us this season. We've gone back to scoring a lot of them, and Barisic has a lot of assists because of it. Nino has looped it over. The referee wants to look at it, and I didn't get that excited because it does look offside. It was a tremendous header. That is a great goal, regardless of whether it's allowed or not. The accuracy in the header, it's been disallowed, and I'm not surprised. It did look offside. That was a great finish, though. Firmino has really come into his own since scoring 10 against Sheffield United. Look at that for a looping header. Keeper got nowhere near it. It's a shame. And it is going to go into extra time. I believe we have a sub. I think you get a fourth sub. I mean, I could take off any one of 4 players here. Barisic, Savic, Bellingham, and Vlahovic. I'm thinking of taking off Bellingham and bringing on Declan Rice, though. Purely because the midfield, we're going to get things going. And I'm guessing you can't have a 5th sub, because that would be outrageous, right? Yeah. Can have 4, can't have 5. That's okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just not ideal when you go into a league game that you absolutely have to win, kind of, in the next game. The only positive thing is that this is the team that we're playing, so we're both going to be knackered. Firmino has been pushed from in front. I hope we get a replay of it, because it's going to be a penalty, but he fell over and the Arsenal player was in front of him. We don't get to see the replay, probably for the best, because it'll make the game look stupid. Borna Barisic is going to step up for this. He missed his last penalty, but he scores this one. He didn't miss his last penalty. Vlahovic missed his last penalty. I do apologise. So Barisic went off. We got a penalty. Vlahovic took it and missed, and that was against West Ham. So, bit frustrating. But that's a great penalty. He has 5 goals this season, and I think he has 22 assists, and he's a left back. He's not even a wing back. Smith Rowe with the corner. Ball comes in and Ibanez makes it 2-2. I should have gone into wasting a little bit of time there and started talking. My own fault. It's a good goal from the corner. We don't concede many from corners, if I'm honest. That is rather unstoppable, though. Power header. And we're back to where we were before we scored. We do have a highlight from kickoff, though. That can be good. It can be bad. Milinkovic-Savic into Firmino. No overlapping run here. Vlahovic to Milinkovic-Savic, who looked like he was ravaged. Ball played through to Firmino, who these days doesn't miss. He absolutely does not miss. So let's go back into balanced. Let's go sometimes wasting. No, sod it. Let's go to frequently. The only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to get players booked for wasting time, which is not actually something I've seen in this FM. I've had it. I think I had it happen to me once in like FM19 or something, and ever since then I've been reluctant to put it on frequently wasting time if I've got a couple of yellow cards, which we have in this game. We're probably going to get fined actually for the amount of yellow cards that we have, but we'll do it anyway. And we'll see what happens. See if we can just run this clock down. So, can't make any subs. Don't really want to be switching things into... I mean, the only thing I'm going to do, actually, is put Declan Rice on defensive duty and maybe bring Rafinha back down in support rather than attack. That's the only thing I want to do. There's a highlight, which I think I've just triggered, if I'm honest. I've noticed that sometimes if you press certain buttons in like certain times, it'll trigger a highlight. The highlight will be absolutely nothing. It'll just play out. But you never know. Milinkovic-Savic through on goal. Oh, he can't quite round the keeper. It's a great save. A really, really good save. Who is their goalkeeper? Is it Maignan? Ball in, cleared by Tierney to Ivan Toney, who may crush our dreams. Martinelli, I hate playing against as well. He always scores late goals. Ivan Toney nearly scored against us. Tomiyasu on the right-hand side. Ball comes in and De Ligt can get it clear. Please get it clear. Fails to get it clear. Here's Shaqiri. We're still bombing forward. Tierney makes a challenge. He could have played that into the middle then, but didn't. 5 minutes remain. We are moments away from an FA Cup semi-final. And there it is. We've beaten Arsenal 3-2. It took extra time, which is not ideal given the situation, but we have won. Now, before we head into this game, something happened. We played Arsenal. Liverpool played Manchester United. I can confirm Man United completely outplayed Liverpool and they beat them 3-0. They were fantastic. I didn't go to the game, but I watched some of the goals, and I've seen all the stats, and both teams were very, very strong. Adeyemi, Salah, Mane, etc. for Liverpool, and a very good Man United team. Man United beat them 3-0, clean victory. We just struggled to beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. We then went into the league, and I don't know what happened. Arsenal, there was over a week gap between the two games. Arsenal rested 80% of their first team. I think I recognised one centre-back, one midfielder, and I think that might have been it. The rest of the team was completely unrecognisable. The bench was star-studded, Saka, Bernardo Silva, Ivan Toney, etc. But they only brought them on in like the 70th minute, and by then the game had completely gone. You're about to see something completely unbelievable. It actually annoyed me to the point where I'm thinking that's just not realistic. I mean, it has happened. Let me just show you. We beat them 8-0. I mean, we beat Sheffield United 11-0, right? So it's not completely unfeasible. And we have beaten Man City 5-1 this season. It's not completely unfeasible that would be a result at some point. But having just struggled against them to beat them 3-2, to then go and smash them 8-0 in the league, it leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, it's a little bit unrealistic. Now, it has happened, of course. Man United, Arsenal have had an 8-2 game. Liverpool have smashed teams over the years that they weren't really meant to beat by as many goals, but they have. And various other clubs have done it as well, right? Leave them in the comments if you wish, because I can't name them off the top of my head. But it's a bit annoying that Arsenal rested so many players. I mean, look, the 22nd of March and then the 1st of April, and they played a terrible team. Like I said, they brought some decent subs on in the 70th minute, but by then they're 4-5-0 down? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like 4 or 5 goals down by then. It's game over. I don't understand it. Bit annoying, but that's gone. That doesn't matter. I should be happy regardless of the results here, because we are now, as you can see by the league, we are now 10 points clear of Liverpool with 8 games to go. We are close. Borna Barisic has the best average rating in the league. He has the most assists in the league, and by far the player with the most man of the matches in the league. I am super proud of Borna Barisic. This could be our final foray with this Brentford side. So let's make it count. Let's wrap up the league and let's try and beat Chelsea in the Champions League. Vlahovic is going to come in for Zaniolo. We've got a day left, so hopefully De Ligt and Nianzou gain a little bit more fitness between then, and Firmino as well. But I suppose Sesko could start if we absolutely have to. We'll swap Rice and Milinkovic-Savic around. I think Bellingham is actually going to play instead of Rice anyway, and that could be it. Maybe bring Kimmich on now for Caligari, possibly. Caligari, however you say his name, not sure. Yeah, I think that could be the team. Depending on fitness, that could be the team we use. The Man United team still looks pretty good. Chris Mepham, who they've just signed in January, at the back. Curtis Smith and Scott McTominay look like they're going to be playing at the back as well. Miguel Gutierrez, Ravella, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba still there. Anthony, not Antonio, and Otavio. I think they both... I'm not sure where. I think Anthony is from Ajax. Otavio is from Porto. Greenwood is up there as well. And on the bench, Paulo Dybala, Maximovic, who used to play for us, of course, Harry Maguire, Soyuncu, Dean Henderson. David Gea is... A lot of them, actually. So, Dybala has a transfer agreed, I think, with Atlanta or Milan. I think it might be Milan. And then De Gea is going to Real Madrid. I think Pogba's got a transfer agreed. This Manchester United team is going to look much different next season. A lot of players have already agreed transfers. And as you can see, staff reaction to the team news, they have made 7 changes from the side that played against Liverpool. So it doesn't look like even Rafael Varane played against them. So it's just Mukiele who picked up a knock in that game. But they're going to drop Maguire, Soyuncu, Dalot, Demir, Sancho and Solomon, and they're going to replace them with all those players. It's a very strong Man United team in terms of depth. to be fair. Joshua Kimmich into the middle. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic to Sesko. Ball over the top to Vlahovic. Wow. That's a good finish from Vlahovic. I think in real life yesterday said his farewell to the Fiorentina fans, so he's on his way out, which is interesting. But that was a really good goal. Sesko did something similar the other day, and I think I showed you. It was kind of like a Paulo Di Canio situation. That, though, just a straight left foot arrow, and David De Gea could not move. 1-0 up, where I like to be. We have another highlight here. Joshua Kimmich throws it into Thales Magno. Back to Kimmich, through to Thales Magno. Great little run from him, and Gutierrez has hacked him down. It is undeniably a penalty. Borna Barisic to take the penalty. I'm not going to get involved here. Could give it to Vlahovic, but I'm going to let Borna Barisic take it because I have faith. I've said it now. Oh, I've got faith. I have all the faith in the world. Borna Barisic is the best player in Football Manager 2022. 7 goals, 23, 4, 5 assists. No idea at this point. Of course, we beat Arsenal 8-0. He got a couple in there. Not many, but he did get like 2. With 7 games to go, you have to feel pretty much wrapped up now, right? The league? I can't believe I've actually done it. This is about 3 years ahead of what I thought would be the case. I thought this year we would attempt to challenge, but sort of fade away. Oh, Magno's gone down. Oh, I've not seen this all FM save. Rafinha scores, but Thales Magno's on the floor, and that's what I'm more concerned about here than the goal. Magno just dropped after passing the ball out wide, and that's not good. There you go, straight down to the floor. Joshua Kimmich actually got himself an assist there, did he? No, of course he didn't. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic did. Into Rafinha. Good finish from Rafinha. Good composure. But Magno. Question remains then. Oh, ball played over to Sesko. Can he make it 4? Of course he can. That's brilliant football from him. Really good composure. And this is just, I mean, the 8-0 against Arsenal was frustrating, but it's not completely unfathomable that we can do stuff like this because we are smashing Man United, who just beat Liverpool 3-0. And they've got a very strong team. They've made a lot of changes. They have got 3 injuries, or 2 injuries, 1 suspension. But still, it's not, completely beyond our, what's the word I'm looking for? Capabilities to score a lot of goals against any team in the world. We are about 4 minutes from time here. Man United have just had a goal kick. Ball's knocked down to Anthony, into Bruno, back to Smith. Here's Gebby, who is a wonder kid, by the way, who I looked at loaning in. Centre-back wonder kid. Bellingham has nicked it. Firmino to Sesko. Does he have the pace? Has to go a little bit wide. Can he knock it back into the middle? Oh, he should have just... Oh, never mind. That was fantastic. I thought Zaniolo had wasted it, to be honest. I thought he could have just hit it, and he didn't. He stopped, he turned. But Milinkovic-Savic arriving late into the penalty area, and that is a very good goal. Sesko didn't have the pace to take him past the defender, which is fine, because he's got the composure to do this. And there, I thought he'd hit it. But Savic is just there, with so much space and time, and it's 5-0. Is it 5? No, it's 6. I tell you, this is what we do. This is what we do, and you can see there's nothing untoward going on. You saw the Man United team before we started. They all had full fitness. They were at full strength. They've just come off the back of beating Liverpool 3-0. The champions who at this present moment in time are still the champions of England anyway. And we have just dispatched them 6-0. And they didn't really threaten our goal. They hit the bar once from a looping header, I think it was. So, I mean, even though I'm annoyed at the Arsenal game, it's not completely unfathomable that we do stuff like this on the regular. And I don't know, this team is just something else. So, quickly then, Thales Magno is only out for 1 to 3 days after a tight calf injury, which is fine. He said after sprinting, he did it while he passed the ball. Barisic, 1 goal, 1 assist, 9.3 match rating. This guy this season is unbelievable. He has 24 assists in the league and 5 goals. It's just crazy. That's his best ever season. He has scored nearly double the amount of goals he normally scores. To be fair, he's played more games this season than he normally does. And the reason for that is because he is on fire. But the amount of assists, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy to think that a left-back can do that well. And a left-back that costs 5 million, who on paper is good, but he's not amazing, especially at defending. You know, going forward, fantastic. Defending, not so much. I don't really understand it. In terms of the league, gives us a 10-point gap with 7 games to go. It's not completely done and dusted mathematically, but it's more or less done. I am happy. Do not get me wrong. I am chuffed. Look at that. Bournemouth have just beaten Arsenal 5-2. Bournemouth. Bournemouth are in the relegation zone. And they've beaten Arsenal 5-2. That team have problems. Not quite sure what has happened to them. But I am happy about it. I'm very surprised that we've managed to do what we are doing this early on. Next up, we do have to play Chelsea in the Champions League, but I think we're going to come back for Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, because that is more important to me than the Champions League, because we've already won the Champions League. So it depends what happens in the first leg. So we'll either come back for Chelsea, Liverpool, or it'll be Liverpool, Everton, and we'll pretty much know if the league is done and dusted by then or not. But until then, if you have enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.